TV.
Tonight on Supernanny, Joe's in New York State to visit the McGrath family.
Aiden, come get a shot real quick.
Whose 5-year-old son has a serious illness.
Aiden was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 8 months ago.
It's a crushing blow for Mom.
I watched my father die of diabetes.
And young Aiden's condition has affected the entire house.
You don't say I hate you, I'm stupid, and I'm sick.
It's literally a question of life or death as Aiden refuses to eat.
Do you want to get sick?
Can Joe teach Mom and Dad the strength to live a better life?
The fact is, your whole family are going to pay the price if you guys don't start talking.
And help this sick little boy?
Stop giving him the control, because this is where you got yourself into this pickle.
Before this family loses all hope.
It's really all I ever feared as a mother is to have one of my children be diagnosed with diabetes.
I'm in Hamlin, New York, because there's a family who have a unique situation and they say they need my help. So let's take a look.
Hi, we're the McGrath family. I'm Tammy.
And I'm Bill.
And we have 3 kids.
Paige is 9.
Aiden is 5.
And Liam is 4.
Aiden, come get a shot real quick and then we can play, okay?
Aiden was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 8 months ago.
These are a little card, buddy. It's something no mother wants to hear. I happen to have a father who died of diabetes at age 46, so it's really all I ever feared as a mother is to have one of my children be diagnosed with diabetes. Didn't I do that one?
It's completely life-altering. We have to prick his finger 4 or 5 times per day to find out if his sugar's high or low.
You're low. Let's get something to eat.
We calculate how many carbs he ingested. Hey, Tim, how many carbs in that pizza?
25 at the most.
And then we figure out how much insulin to give him.
He's getting 2 units.
Look at that little chappie. Very courageous.
It's just very scary because it's life-threatening.
I already checked your sugar. We have to go eat. Please, let's go eat. Do you want to get sick? You need to eat. Your body needs to eat.
He knows that his parents are worried about him needing to eat, and now he's holding food to ransom.
You do not hit. See, you hurt. Don't throw toys. Liam is instigator. You don't say I hate you, I'm stupid, and I'm sit.
Liam knows how to push buttons in people.
I just hate the family.
Don't hit me. Do not hit me. Stop.
Aiden is very sensitive. As soon as you stand up, if you tell him to do something, he pretty much has a meltdown. Aiden gets very frustrated and very upset over the diabetes.
You better not spit on my floor.
I know Mum and Dad are struggling with the diabetes, but that's no excuse for not disciplining their children.
Liam and Aiden pretty much go toe-to-toe.
They do a lot of fighting, and I do a lot of the breaking up the fighting. It just seems like all day is just a screaming match. This is going in the garbage. You want me to call Dad? Now you're here for the rest of the day.
I'm hoping that we can find one form of discipline that works. You take a time out. You want to hit me?
I didn't hit you.
You hit me in the head, bud.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my word, what a pathetic excuse for a timeout.
I have all these and I have that. No. Yes.
I feel Paige is really frustrated. We ask a lot of her, and I think she has a lot on her shoulders, a lot of responsibility that a 9-year-old shouldn't have.
Stop following me, Liam.
Can't you play together? She is suffering in ways that we probably don't know.
I'm gonna have to do something about that.
We have to parent together. We have to be on the same team. How's work?
It was work.
We're not really fighting. We
Not really
just
fighting.
don't talk. Our communication is like 0.
You can't parent if you're not prepared to talk to one another.
Why are you acting like this?
You're in timeout, and I mean it. Sit. Aiden's diabetes has really taken a toll on her family. Sit. I've had it. I just want so much for this to be better. Why are you being so difficult? Supernanny, we really are desperate for your help.
Because we're fighting a losing battle.
Please hurry and get here and help this family.
Mum and Dad, I know things seem hopeless, but they're not. Hope's on its way. I'll be there soon.
from?
Bill McGrath, nice to meet you.
I was greeted by Bill. He welcomed me into his home.
Hi. Hi. How are you? Nice to meet you, Joe. Thank you
wife,
for
Tammy.
coming. When Joe first came, I kind of had mixed emotions. I wasn't really sure how it was going to go.
This is Liam.
Hello.
Don't be shy.
And this is
Aiden.
Hi, Aiden.
Say
Pleased to meet you.
And then this is Paige.
Hi, Paige. Pleased to meet you. How are you? Good. How about doing what you're told, like a good boy, eating your lunch that's there right now, and maybe a sandwich will be in your future.
It was lunchtime and Liam didn't want to eat.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. If you don't, you're going to sit in timeout. Oh, let's go. Don't hit. We don't hit.
I saw Mum get him up from the table and place him into a timeout.
And when you're done, you can come eat with your brother and sister. Liam, stay. You only have to be here for 4 minutes. Sit.
And then Dad got involved.
Do me a favor, eat half of the spaghetti and maybe I'll get you half the sandwich. All right?
Gosh, Aiden. During a timeout.
Okay.
Dad was undermining Mum's timeout and I could see she was getting upset.
What are you thinking? Tell me. That we're just on different pages.
Mum was clearly upset with Dad's interference, so I took her outside and she started to open up more.
Have you sat down and actually spoke about this? Like, you're all frustrated, but have you actually sat down with Bill and said, we need to talk, I'm frustrated? He's not, he listens, but he doesn't really listen, you know? He stands there and listens with the remote or the TV on or something, you know, but I don't think he hears me. We have horrible like, we've just kind of all shut down, like, there's no team playing going on here.
When you've got two parents who are not communicating with one another, that's going to have an impact on how they parent together because they're not going to be committed together in how they raise their children. After lunch, Mum and Dad gave 5.5-year-old Aiden his insulin. In America alone, there are roughly 186,000 children under the age of 20 that have type 1 diabetes.
Hey, Aiden, come here, bud. We need your shot.
So, as you can imagine, for those parents, it's quite a complex routine.
Where's your plate? I need to know how much you ate so I can adjust for your shot.
What's that you're doing there, Bill?
Figuring out the equation for his insulin, how much he has to get.
Insulin is a hormone that's produced in the pancreas that helps the body process sugar in food. If you have type 1 diabetes, you can't produce your own insulin.
So,
I add up the carbs. Each product contains carbs, so we had to add all those together and get a total number, and then there's a process where we have to divide a certain number minus a certain number.
They have to calculate so much. They have to work out Aiden's calorie intake, really, with regards to his carbs. That's a big responsibility.
Right, don't tense up.
No.
Relax your leg. Relax your... Okay.
Managing this medical condition is extremely difficult for this family, understandably, and it's taken its emotional toll.
every day is just such a challenge and it's so different, and I think Aiden's truly angry.
As a parent, what information have you given?
We have books, like they've given us books, and we've read books together, and I don't think he understands, what his pancreas is, but he knows that the shots do help him survive, and I mean the seriousness of it, we've tried to teach him, but in a positive way. I knew diabetes was a death sentence. It meant death to me because I watched my father die of diabetes.
Diabetes doesn't need to be seen as a death sentence. Aiden is 5 years old and he's got his whole life ahead of him. So what I'm going to do is to help his mum and dad manage this.
I mean, did that leave you in a place of feeling very fearful because your family member had passed away?
Yeah,
Right, okay.
absolutely.
I mean, emotionally, that was absolutely horrendous. 8 months, 9 months have gone past, and you're where now with that?
I'm still really, really scared. His numbers are all over the place, and I blame everything on the diabetes.
I know Mum is very distraught in accepting the fact that Aiden has diabetes, but as a parent, she also needs to learn how to be able to discipline her son as well.
Coming up on Supernanny, when Aiden refuses to eat,
Try this, buddy, right here. It's a little baby broccoli.
No.
Joe learns it's a matter of life and death.
He hasn't consumed the amount of carb necessary.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
When Supernanny returns. We want to